The Rise of Skywalker is filled with plot twists and references that only older fans will get, as well as some disturbing ideas that only mature viewers will notice. Children will enjoy the Skywalker saga's finale just fine, but will they pick up on these plot points? We think not. Spoilers ahead. So let's talk about the Rise of Skywalker's big secret. Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter. Surprise? Maybe not. Abrams has been hinting that he undid The Last Jedi's nobody twist for a while now, and leaks about Rey's true heritage have been circulating on the internet for months. But if Palpatine has a granddaughter, that means he has a kid. If you're old enough to know the story of the birds and the bees, you know that means old wrinkly, yellow-eyed Palpatine played a little ding-dong ping-pong with some lucky lady. He's fully operational if you catch our drift. Unfortunately, The Rise of Skywalker doesn't reveal the identity of Palpatine's lover or children, leaving the comics and novels to explain those mysteries. That's too bad, because we'd love to meet the woman who got seduced by those shapeless black robes. We bet she has some interesting stories to tell. It took 11 films, but there's finally a canonical same-sex couple on screen in a Star Wars movie. No, it's not the sequel trilogy's most dynamic couple, Finn and Poe Dameron. It's Commander Dawsey, one of the top-ranking Resistance officers, and her wife, a Resistance fighter named Roby Tice, who lock lips while the Resistance is celebrating the defeat of Palpatine. Kids probably won't even notice the moment, which is over almost as soon as it begins, but adults will certainly realize what the inclusion of a same-sex couple in a Star Wars feature film means. Over the past 4 decades, Star Wars has been remarkably conservative when it comes to depicting relationships. But most adults will also realize that it's a very small step. Simply showing 2 women kissing isn't real representation. Dawsey isn't a real character in the film. We don't know her hopes, dreams, motivations, or fears. Heck, we barely even know what she sounds like. Dawsey was a good start, but Disney and Lucasfilm still have a long way to go. Even if children are aware of Carrie Fisher's passing, they're probably not going to give too much thought to how Leia returns for The Rise of Skywalker. There's too much else going on. For those of us who grew up with Princess Leia, however, it's almost impossible not to think about Fisher's death in 2016 every time her most famous creation shows up on screen. As such, adults are probably going to notice all the tricks that J.J. Abrams and the Rise of Skywalker crew used to give Leia the send-off she deserves. As promised, Abrams used outtakes from The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi and Leia's scenes, not a digital recreation. You can tell, Leia's lines are noticeably vague. It's up to her scene partners to deliver the specifics. Given the situation, it actually works pretty well. Leia is the heart of this movie, and it's wonderful to get a chance to say goodbye. But the sleight of hand is something most adults will definitely notice. C-3PO gets The Rise of Skywalker's best lines, but one of the movie's funniest moments doesn't have any words at all. It comes at the very end of the movie. As everyone celebrates, Poe Dameron sees his old friend Zori Bliss. They lock eyes. Poe gives Zori an inviting tilt of his head. Zori shakes him off. Poe looks disappointed. The audience bursts into laughter. The subtext should go right over kids' heads, but every adult in the theater will realize that Poe was asking Zori if she wanted to get busy. They'll also know that Zori completely shut him down. Oh well, there's no harm in trying. Look, Poe just defeated an entire fleet of Star Destroyers. He won the war. Emotions are riding high. Who can blame him for calling up an ex to blow off some steam? Rey, Finn, and Poe's quest takes them to the planet Pasaana, where a festival is taking place. The party, C-3PO explains, is thrown by the Pasaana natives, the Aki-Aki, and is held once every 42 years. If you're one of the lucky youngins who grew up in an age when new Star Wars movies have been a thing, that number won't mean anything to you. If you've been following the Skywalker saga since the very beginning, you should know immediately how Abrams and his co-writer Chris Terrio landed on 42. Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, came out in 1977. Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, came out in 2019. Guess how many years apart that is?
42.
Maybe that's a clue for the future, too. Disney says that its next Star Wars film will debut in 2022, so you might as well go ahead and set aside some time in 2064 now. You'll certainly want to see how the next saga ends. The Rise of Skywalker reveals that before he joined the Resistance, Poe Dameron used to run spice. The way the other characters react, it's not a good thing, but it doesn't sound so bad. Who doesn't add a pinch of cumin or paprika to their dishes while they cook? Even in space, food should taste good. Except that's not the kind of spice they're talking about. Just from the language used, as well as the precedent set by Frank Herbert's Dune, mature members of the audience who don't already know will quickly figure out that in Star Wars, spice is basically slang for drugs.
He who controls the spice controls the universe.
Poe Dameron wasn't helping people season their meals. He was profiting off of other people's addictions. In the Star Wars universe, the drug trade is just as vicious and exploitative as it is in real life. It's not a good thing for someone like Poe to be involved in. Of course, in his prime, the renowned scoundrel Han Solo was known to smuggle spice too. No wonder Leia likes him. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite Star Wars stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.